to say that again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Harakakadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, Yah meaning He, Hawa meaning is or exists, by Hashem, Ba is in, Ha is Da, Hashem is name. Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, even though the letter J wasn't invented until the 16th century. Yah meaning He, Hawa Shai meaning delivered. Ba Hashem in the name, Ha Rakakadash, Ha is Da, Rakah is spirit, Kodash is holy. All spoken in our native tongue, modern day term Hebrew, ancient day term Ibar. My name is Abaya, and the Most High has placed His spirit of righteousness, spirit of truth, spirit of holiness in His men to be able to understand the word, to be able to come out and warn the people of the times to come and the times that they're in, and also bid who He will to the marriage. Because it's not on us. It's all on who Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai chose from before the world began. Alright, so this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, and verse 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman into the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give the warning from me. Alright, this ain't our words that's being spoken. This is all spiritual. This is all the spirit of the Most High. Right? And He's waking up His people. Waking up His people to the time that they're in, and waking up His people so that a certain number can be fulfilled. All right, that number that's spoken of in the book of Revelation, chapter 7, right, where the Most High said that He has angels holding back destruction until a certain number of His people wake up, and that certain number is not all of His people. It's for the remnant of His people, you so-called blacks, you so-called Hispanics, you so-called Native Americans, and all our brethren around the world, all the so-called Negro descent. Right, we say so-called because those are made-up terms. Those are not our original names. Those are not our original foundation. We come from a whole nother. And our originality has been taken away from us, and we've been fed lies. Right? We've been given a pseudo mindset, which means fake or false, and we've been divided and conquered. Right? But the Most High said at a certain point in time, man, hey, that's over with. Right? And He gave us signs to look for to let us know that hey, them times are over with. Right? According to the book of Matthew chapter 24. Right? It's signs, it's things that we need to look for to let us know what time that we're in. And when I tell you all of the signs are happening as we speak at the same time. Right? One particular sign that has caught a lot of people off guard, and you know, the Most High that just blinded their eyes that they can't see. It is Revelation 13, right? Let me read that right quick. So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 13. And verse 16 says, and He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive charagma, or M-A-R-K, in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right? And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or M-A-R-K, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right? Or the number of his name, the M-A-R-K, the name, or the number. Right? Now, if you look at what that verse just spoke on, it spoke on something that would be introduced to the world that has everything to do with the economy. That if you don't take this thing, you won't be able to buy or sell. Right? You won't be able to barter. Right? And it's specific. Right? This thing is specific. It's attached to what? The image of the beast. What's the image of the beast? What's the beast? Right? These are questions that the Most High's people need to be asking, but they're not asking these questions because they're too focused on carnal things. All right, if you read further up into the chapter, it tells you who the beast is. All right, Revelation 13:1, and I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having seven heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. All right, so this beast came out of the sea. The sea is people. All right, the sea represents a large number of people. All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, and verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked to me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Right? Many waters, a sea. Right? It says in Revelation 17 and verse 15, and he saith unto me, The waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Right? Note that sea is peoples. Right? Going back to the book of Revelation 13, and I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, out of the people, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the names of blasphemy. Right? It says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. This is literally describing what the beast is. Right? It says, let me backtrack a bit. Right? 10 horns, and Salak, 10 crowns, 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the names of blasphemy. Right? That represent the EU and NATO. Right? The European Union and NATO. The thing that was created to go solely for the purpose of to go against Russia. Right? Russia, which is what? A bear. Right? According to the scriptures, and we're going to get into it, it says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. That leopard represents Greece. That leopard represents Alexander the Greek. Right? All you got to do is just Google it, bro. Google leopard and Alexander. Right? And it's going to give you all the information that you need. That's what he had on the back of his horse whenever he rode into battle. That's the origin of the first so-called great, so-called white man. Right, where the Most High allowed this man to conquer basically the whole world, right, and bring the so-called white man into power. Like I said, via Alexander the Great, Greece, Rome, so forth and so on, Spain, right. All of this is representative of the times that we're in today. It's the same thing, same beast, same old serpent, same old devil, right. It says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear. Right? This beast's feet was as the feet of a bear. What does feet represent? Right? The head represents something, and the feet represent something. The head represents the strong point of a thing. The feet represents the end of it. Right? So the end of this beast is going to be what? Russia. It's going to be the bear. Right? It's going to ultimately end up in the bear versus the daughter of Babylon. The bear versus the beast. Right? And the daughter of Babylon is not going to prevail, bro. Straight like that. Right? It says, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion, which is Great Britain. Right? It says, Great Britain, Salak. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Right? Where did the daughter of Babylon come out of? Came out of who? Great Britain. Great Britain, Spain, and I'm trying to remember the history of this place. It's Great Britain, I believe France. Great Britain, France, and Spain. Right? With Napoleon and other rulers, right, that the daughter of Babylon bought land from, went to war with, and ultimately gained their freedom. That's what the whole 1776 thing is supposedly about. It's more so about the origin of the Illuminati for real, right, in 1776. But I digress. What's up, brother? All right. Okay, here a little tip. Look like at 2 o'clock in the evening. All right, but hey, how script say, man? I choose you this day. Choose you this day whom you will serve, bro. All right. Salak 1 second. it says, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Right? The beast. The dragon gave the beast, right, great his seat, meaning his old place. Right? What's that speaking of? That's Rome. Right? The modern day Rome is who? The daughter of Babylon. The daughter of Babylon, like we read in the book of Revelation 17, sits upon the beast. Right? Controls the beast. Right? It says, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. All the world wondered after the beast, like I said. Speaking about Rome. Rome fell. Right? If I'm not mistaken, the Western Roman Empire fell, and the Eastern Roman Empire rose at the helm of Jake, right? Which is, you know, the Dark Ages. You know what I'm saying? Going into, you can easily Google this too. Do a quick little research on so-called blacks ruling Europe. And you'll see so many royal crests with the images of so-called blacks with crowns on their heads and mitres on their heads, right? So for almost 1,000 years, we ruled Europe, right? But it says, and they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him, right? Fast forwarding into the daughter of Babylon. And that's the mindset of the world today. Who is able to defeat this place? Even the daughter of Babylon and themselves, the generals of this place, they called out all the different nations and the different things that's going on around the world and proudly boasted that, well, nobody will be able to defeat us. We'll never fall. Like you are the kingdom of the Most High. And it ain't so. It's prophesied in the scriptures for you to fall. And you falling as we speak. And a sign that you're falling is what we're speaking on now, which is the mark. Right? Google central bank and digital currency, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Right? Executive order, I forget the number of it. But President Sleepy Creepy Joe signed the executive order specifically speaking on central bank and digital currency, and it being introduced to the daughter of Babylon. Right? This comfort that the Most High's people have in this place, man, is soon going to be interrupted, and they can't see it. Right? It's like all of the rest of the world can see it. For instance, right? All these so-called whites are buying up all these different housing places and all of these different areas, not to live in, right? But just to control and remodel and rent out, right? Not sell, but rent out. It's like they know something is coming down the pike financially, right? We the only ones that think everything all gravy, yesterday just like the day and the day before that, so forth and so on. But the world can clearly see change, right? But it says, and even on that right there, I believe it says, the children of this, or the heathens, or the children of the world are wiser than Daniel, right? It's something to that effect. But we see the proof of it today. Like I said, man, the people of the world, they know something going on this earth, but the Most High people, they don't know. They too worried about having good times and, keeping on like ain't nothing gonna change, and like it's just it is what it is, right? Man, I ain't gonna stay. I don't plan on staying out here too long because it's rightfully cold out here. I ain't trying to get sick. But if the spirit will me to stay out, I will, right? But it says in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 5, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. Right? Some of those blasphemies and those great things are calling the Most High's people blacks and Hispanics and slaves and niggas and Indians and so forth and so on. Some of those blasphemies are, putting their hands on our scriptures and painting the people of the scriptures as so-called whites. Right? What's going on, bro? I guess that's supposed to affect me somehow. Right? But at the end of the day, like I said, man, choose you this day, bro. I don't know why the most, hey, like I always say, you can tell the spirit of a person by when the word come out. When the word come out, the spirit of that individual will get offended, and for whatever reason, like they got to go out their way to try to block the word from coming out. But that, like I said, that's just a testament to the spirit of that person, right? But I digress. As far as what's going on this earth, the reason why the majority of the Most High people can't see it is because of these blasphemies that the beast has let loose on this earth, calling the Most High people so-called blacks and niggas, creating a falsified culture of black, real nigga, and all the other nonsense that ultimately leads to death or imprisonment, right? And we glorify that until we actually are a part of it. Then we mourn that, and then go right back and complete the cycle of the nonsense. And real talk, my understanding is that's insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, right? But it says in the book of Revelation 13 and verse 6, it says, and he opened his mouth in blasphemy against power, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven, right? And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations, right? And that's what happened. We've been over here being destroyed and oppressed. We've been over here being downtrodden, and we've been over here basically being put to death. And we have nobody to speak up for us. We have no nation to call on to give us some form of backing in this place. And I always pose that question to individuals that cling on to African American. If you are African American, right, you come from some country in Africa, how come ain't nobody stood up for you, man? How come ain't nobody went to Congress for you? How come ain't nobody said, well, we gonna stop dealing with you in trade because of what y'all did to our people? Ain't nobody done that, right? Like I said, man, those individuals are blind. Can't even be mad at them for real, because they don't know no better. They like grown babies, right? Spiritually and mentally, like carnally and spiritually, for real. They don't know no damn better. The only thing they know is niggatry, right? That's all they know. And like I said, I ain't just talking about blacks. I'm talking about so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans, and all our brethren around the world. I'm talking about the 2/3 mentality. They don't know no damn better, right? You can present the truth and facts to them, but they not gonna get it because it ain't in them to get, right? The book of Jeremiah, chapter 4 and 22, I believe. It says, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children. They have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. Right? That's out of the mouth of the Most High Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. You know what I'm saying? Out of the word, bro. The Most High called his own people stupid, and we see why. Right? But like I said, that ultimately came from our downfall, and our downfall came from us, worshiping idols and trying to follow what the heathens do. And the Most High gave us our own culture, following this beast that the Most High said would bring blasphemies on the earth and speak against the Most High. Right? It says in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 8, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. So that's why you see in this great awakening of the Most High's people that refuse to worship the beast, refuse to worship his image, refuse to bow down to the lies of this place, because the Most High blessed our spirit to be able to see the truth and to be able to hear the truth, right? But like I said, that's the Most High doing that. That ain't. We have nothing to do with that. Right? That's why it looks so foreign to the Most High's people to have the truth being pushed in your face. Right? Whether we go to the store, go to wherever you go, and you see the men of the Lord out, and they bringing out, or they speaking spiritual, it looks so foreign, and it's so unappealing to the Most High's people. It's because the Most High wasn't dealing with you. Right? You had an understanding of this world, but the understanding of the spiritual things you don't have. Right? Because it's given by the creator of spirits, the father of spirits. Right? Like I said, from before the world began. All right, matter of fact, let me read that right quick. All right, this is the book of Ephesians. Let's see. Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 3. It says, "Blessed be the power and Father of our other one, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, who has blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Hamashiach." Right? To be able to hear the word, to be able to understand the word, that's a spiritual blessing from the Lord, bro. Can't nobody teach you to do that. You can't go to a class or a school and learn how to do that. Yahweh Bashim Shai got to give you that. Right? From before the world even began, right? It says in verse 4, according as he had chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh Shai Hamashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. Right? It ain't man's will, it's his will. Right? So it was already written that one of these days, you know what I'm saying, we were going to go into captivity. Like we read in the book of Deuteronomy 28, 68, 28, 64. Right? We were going into captivity. We would be spread all across the world. We would be known by bywords. Our mind would be taken away from us, according to the book of Psalm 83. The knowledge of the knowledge of who we are would be taken away from us. We would be given a pseudo identity, but at some period of time, the Most High's word is going to be reached out to these people. That's why it says in the book of Matthew 24, the gospel of this kingdom shall be preached around the world, then the end shall come. Right? The gospel of the kingdom had to be preached around the world so that the elect of the Most High that were chosen before the world began to be spiritual, to be holy, could hear it and then wake up. Right? And want to learn more about their God, learn more about their power, learn more about their people, learn more about their history. Learn more about the history of the heathens. Learn more about why we're in the situations that we're in. Get the answers. Be able to answer individuals' questions. But like I said, like Scripture says, it's not for everybody. Right? That's in Matthew 13. Blessed are your eyes for they see and your ears for they hear. Right? Many of the prophets have longed to basically see what we seeing. Right? But we see it. We here now in the midst of it. Right? But going back to the book of Revelation, chapter 13. I mean, it's sad to say, but it's the truth. The majority of the Most High's people are done, man. They through. I'm talking about straight up niggas, bro. The Most High, and they don't understand that. This world is ending, and the Most High is getting ready to bring salvation to his people. Not to no niggas, not to no blacks, not to no African Americans, not to no Hispanics, not to no Latinos, right? Not to no Haitians, not to no Jamaicans, right? He coming back for his people, and his people have a name. They are called by his name, Yah, Sharala, right? That's who he coming for, right? So I mean, it is what it is, man. The majority of the Most High people, they done, bro. We talking about done, right? But it says in the book of Revelation 13 and verse 9, if any man have an ear, let him hear. Right? Like I said, understanding ain't for everybody. So if you can understand, listen up. Right? If you can hear the word and you can understand this word, it ain't offensive to you. Right? You can hear the word and receive the word. It ain't making your spirit mad because of the wicked ass spirit that's inside of you. You can hear the word and learn from it. This word is for you, man. It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. Right? Now, once upon a time, all of the Most High people had that same mindset, praying to the Most High, please put on them what they put on us. But what did they do? Right? Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 7 says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Right? They so-called freed the slave with the emancipation. Emancipation don't necessarily mean free. It just means you shift. It's a transition of power. So now you're not privately owned by Master Williams or Master King, Master Brown, Master Johnson or Jones. Now you are owned by Master Government, right? With a Social Security card and a birth certificate, right? When did a Social Security card come about? When did a birth certificate come about? Right? I'm guaranteeing it was after 1869, right? Or 1864. Right? That's when all of that came, because we were, quote unquote, emancipated. Right? That gift destroyed the heart. The righteous mindset of the people got destroyed. Ma'am?
Do you know what Mount Hebron at the church is?
Who?
Mount Hebron.
I don't.
It's on 2612 23rd Street Southwest.
I have no idea. You can put it in your phone though. It'll take it up. Oh man, sorry to hear that. Right, but yeah, that gift destroyed our heart. The gift destroyed the mindset that we had of who we actually are, who our righteous enemies are, and what we should be doing as a people. Right? Once they know the trick of the trade. Right? Anytime we rile up, throw them a bone, and they'll calm down. The majority of the Most High people are destroyed anyway, so these niggas ain't gonna stay mad forever. Right? Throw them a party or a concert and be straight. Right? And ain't nothing but the truth. Let a Super Bowl happen. It's all good. Whatever we marching and protesting about last week, we gonna forget about it. Right? And how many times has that happened? Something major happened. We get into an uproar about it. A week or so go by, and nobody even think about it no more. Right? But that's because of the blasphemies that's been put out in the earth. Right? But Scripture says one of these days they got to get that back. Like it speaks in, I believe in the book of Galatians. It says, "Be not deceived. Power is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." Right? You have to get that back. And look, that's on the Most High's people. That's on the heathens. That's on everybody. Whatever you sow in this world, you got to get that back. If you sow disbelief in the world, guess what? When time comes for your salvation to begin, because Isaiah 33:6 says, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. When that time comes, you ain't got no choice but to believe, because you in the midst of what you have been warned about. It ain't gonna matter. It's literally not gonna matter, because you missed your window of opportunity. That's what grace is all about. It's an opportunity for you to get yourself right. It's a time period for you to get yourself right. Right? So if you go beyond that time period and not doing what you're supposed to be doing, guess what? You gotta reap what you sow. Right? But it says in the book of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 11, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." There go the daughter of Babylon, right? Them two horns, what that speak as a lamb, speak soft, right? It represents the parties of this place that say, if you, all you got to do is just go out and vote. If you want change, go out and vote. And we've been voting since we've been able to vote, and we still stuck in the same situations. It just changes on the sense of the face of it, right? You still in servitude. 9 times out of 10, if you earn a living in this place, you first have to make the person that you're working for rich in order for you to get enough to just get by, right? The information, anytime you pick up your phone and go on a social media app, or you use your phone, period, they're selling your information. They're getting rich off of you, right? Like I said, if you got a birth certificate or a social security card or a social security number, guess what? You still on the stock market, right? What's the origin of the stock? What was the first thing being traded on the stock market? Guess what it was, so-called black man? It was you. Right? Ain't nothing changed. It just changes the image of it. That's a key word. The image of it changes. Right? Going into the image of the beast. We in the beast now, but the image of that beast is changing. Right? They say get ready for a new digital world order. Right? Everything going digital. It's for a reason. Everything going digital for a reason. Look up transhumanism. Google that. Right? Right? YouTube that. Transhumanism. The merging of man and machine. The merging of technology and man. Right? Going into 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Right? Where it says basically this devil will be exposed for his real self and for his real plot. Right? The Most High is unleashing information out on this world. And that's an end-time prophecy according to the book of Daniel chapter 12 and verse 4. Where it told Daniel to shut up the words of the book and seal it to the time of the end. Meaning close the understanding of the word until the end times. And here you have men that have been blessed with the spirit of understanding to be able to break these words down to you. But the majority of the Most High's people, they don't care. Right? Which takes us to Ezekiel chapter 9. Right? Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4, where Yahweh told Ezekiel to basically put a mark on the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for the abominations that be done on the earth. Right? That mark is a mark of exemption for the individuals that really can't see what's going on and they sigh and cry about it. Right? I say, man, what it said in Micah chapter 2 verse 10. Right? Micah chapter 2 verse 10 says, this is not your rest, Israel. Right? Stop thinking that this place is beneficial to you at all. Right? If you make a meal to somebody else that's making 100 million, if you make $500 a week, it's somebody over you that's making 500,000. Right? That's the makeup of this place. It's literally designed to make sure that you're less than, make sure that you're oppressed. Right? And it's coming to an end. And how do we know it's coming to an end? Because of the signs. Right? It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13. And like I said, verse 11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And that devil about to speak as a dragon. Right? All of the laws are already in place. King Alfred laws. They're like, I don't know if you could, well, let me show you. Right? That train right there cut off a whole city, a whole side. That train stretches, I want to say, 3 cities down. Bessemer, really 4. Bessemer, Lipscomb, Midfield. If you know anything about Alabama, that's where I'm speaking from, right? But that one train that I just showed you cuts off cities. And it's like that where? In our neighborhoods. It ain't just a southern thing, that's everywhere. And it's a reason for that. Right? They've been planning all of this, man. Like I said, man, it's on your money. It's on your dollar. What's going on, bro? Alright, Salak, bro. Alright, it's on your money. If you got a dollar bill, flip the back of it and they take the whole plan, lay it out right there. That ain't just for decoration. That's real talk. There's a pyramid on the back with an all-seeing eye on top of it. What the all-seeing eye about, and why is there a pyramid on the back of it? What does pyramids represent? It represents Esau, right? But let me show you something real quick, man. It's the book of Revelation. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. What's the great city? The great city is Babylon. Same Babylon that's spoken of in Revelation 17. Same Babylon that's spoken of in Isaiah 47. Right? It says, their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Where was our Lord crucified? Of course, his physical body wasn't crucified here, but when we got to this place, it got to our slavery that landed us in the daughter of Babylon. Now we don't see the Messiah or his people as us. We see them as so-called white men. Alright? Blessed are your ears for they hear and your eyes for they see. This information ain't for everybody. Hey, not, that's on you. That's between you and the Lord, man. I promise I ain't gonna lose no sleep back. Right? Because if you're not listening, somebody around the world is. And they are a member of the elect. And that's all we need. Right? We don't need everybody to be coming together, holding hands, talking about what we're gonna do. Hell no. Y'all niggas in the way. You already see how niggas get down in their own organizations. Right? Niggas throw their own people under the bus. What we need y'all in the truth for? Hell no. Stay where you at. Stay destroying yourself. And whoever it is that's around you. Right? We deal with the spirit of Yahweh by Shemiyah Rashad that can't be defeated with no lies or no enemies or nothing like that, man. And we waiting on our power, bro. And he's showing us what time it is. Like I said, how do we know? Because of the signs. The signs that he said to look for that will let us know it's the time. And we see all of the end time signs happening as we speak. Right? Going back to Revelation chapter 13 and verse 12. Well, actually, verse 11 again. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. He had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Those are draconian laws, right? Draconian laws are some of the harshest laws named after an individual. I forget his name. I believe it's Draco something, right? But that's going into Jacob's trouble, bro, right? The Most High going to allow that devil to really show you who he is since you forgot about it. Right, since your emancipation came and your quote unquote civil rights came, and you think everything is sweet all around the world, and it's all kumbaya, which is righteously a Hebrew term and a Hebrew song for real. But I'm saying it for the purposes of what I'm saying, because you know what I'm talking about, right? Kumbaya is really kwam ba ya, right? Kwam rise, right? Ba ya. Right? Alright, bro. Right? Rise y'all. That was our forefathers really praying that the Most High raise up for them. Right? If I'm not mistaken, Ba is here. I could be wrong though. If I'm wrong, please forgive me. Right? But I know Kwam is rise and Yah is a shortened term of Yahweh. Right? Y-A-H. Right? Anyway, the Most High didn't say for us to be coming together and all hands on deck and we all trying to come do this, that, and for the no, it ain't about that. It ain't about that at all. And if you hurt by it, hey, take it up with the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High said he's an austere man. He ain't dealing with no feeling, bro. Care nothing about your emotions. The truth don't have emotions, bro. The truth is the truth. And it don't care nothing about your feelings. It don't care nothing about what you think is right or what you think is wrong. It's about what is right and what is wrong. That's what the truth stands on itself. Right? So it says in the book of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 12, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him that causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. Right? The same things that was going on in Rome and the same things that's going on in Jordan Valley. Where you get your calendar from, right? Your Roman numerals, right? So forth and so on. Your legislation, all of that started in Rome, right? Congress and having a president that you vote into office and they switch out ever so often. It started in Rome, bro. Right? It says. Revelation 13 and 13, and he doeth great wonders so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Right? World War, what was that? World War II, I believe, Nagasaki and Hiroshima, where they dropped them atom bombs, and the whole world wondered, like, how did they get that great power? The Most High is literally breaking down our history, breaking down the earth's history in the world. But you think the Most High people give a damn? Think they care? Hell no. They don't get nothing about it. Care nothing about it until it's too late. Right? So you're not going to be able to say, I didn't know, I didn't hear, ain't nobody break nothing down, ain't nobody told me nothing. Your ass ain't paying attention to global economics. You ain't paying attention to global politics. You ain't paying attention to the wave of the new world. You don't know nothing about a World Economic Forum. You don't know nothing about a Bilderberg group. You don't know nothing about nothing except for the new songs that's coming out, the new clothing lines, and got down the new movies. That's all you know about. You fishing in basketball and football, right? But anything outside of entertainment or fashion, you dumb about it. And the Most High gonna destroy you for that. What it say in Hosea 4:6? My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Right? My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because you don't want to know. Alright. Bet. You want to be a Babylonian so bad, the Most High gonna treat you like a Babylonian. What it say in Revelation 18:4? Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her plagues, and that ye receive. Matter of fact, I don't want to chop that up. Get right though. Right? So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Right? And that come out of her, my people, is a sound of salvation. Right? Them the chariots coming down, swinging low, sweet chariot, coming for the carriers. I think our forefathers made that song up for the GP. They knew exactly what time it was until the devil took it all away. Right? We used to real deal communicate through song when we was out in them cotton fields. Them songs weren't just songs. They had meaning behind them, just like today. Just like today, man. Real music. I ain't talking about that bullshit. But with real music got a message behind it. Like I said, I ain't talking about the trash being pushed down our throats today. Right? And in the days of old, anytime they want to, just throw somebody in the forefront that they ain't got no understanding. What's going on, bro? They want to throw somebody in the forefront to sway the people a certain way. They'll put a certain costume on them, hook them up with a producer, hook them up with a writer, and say this the dude y'all need to follow, and that's what it is. I'm talking about real music. It's written from experience by an individual. They got soul in it. They got meaning behind it. That music means something, bro. Right? And it ain't nothing new. The word in the Bible is called the song. Right? What? Song of Solomon, Psalms, which is songs of David, right? Song of Moses, right? That's just in us, bro. Right? But I'm kind of getting off topic, but you know what I'm talking about, right? But it says in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Right? Because who did the Most High give the power to? Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. What is the hub of wickedness on this earth? It's the daughter of Babylon. What nation on this earth controls the other nations? It's so-called America. Right? That's Revelation 17, the whore that sat upon the beast. Right? And like I said, bro, they are introducing the mark as we speak. It ain't nothing new. It's been going on, bro. Been going on. Right? It says in verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So everybody around the world is saying that they need to model their countries out to China. Why? It's because the technology that China has, the technology of surveillance that China has, right? It's all about tech this and tech that. What you think China, Taiwan is about? What you think Russia and Ukraine is about? It ain't got nothing to do with no liberty or no democracy. Ain't got nothing to do with none of that. It got everything to do with the components of a semiconductor, which is a micro C here, bro. It got everything to do with that. Period. Right? And those are some of the top producers of those elements. Some of the top producers of a semiconductor. Right? Because why? They moving into a new digital world order. President Creepy Sleepy Joe said it himself. The world is moving into a new order. The daughter of Babylon has to be in the forefront. He said the daughter of Babylon. He said America. What you saying? What I'm saying. Right? They have to be in the forefront. Right? It says And matter of fact, let me read verse 15 again. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right? Take the trouble. Them two horns speaking as a dragon. It's gonna get to that point. That's the warning, bro. Get your head out your ass, Yahshua. The Most High finna turn up and show the world who's who for real. Right? And you want to be on the righteous side of things, bro. But it's starting now. You can't wait until actually in the moment of what you've been warned about coming to pass. Once you in the moment of, it's too late. You in the moment. You in the prophecy. Right? It says, verse 16, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the number of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666 or 666. Right? Now, 666 is if you go into the Hebrew of that, it's basically a letter. And that letter looks like a straight line with a little hook at the top of it. Right? Let me see. I got my Hebrew letters written in the Bible. Let's see if I can find out. I believe it's China. It's really Greek. It's really Greek letters, but Greek letters broken down into the Hebrew. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's China. Right? But Chop. I believe, I could be wrong. But I do know that those letters equate to number 666. Right? If you look at those letters and you look at a barcode, for instance, the Monster can. Go get you a Monster. Go look at a Monster energy drink. If you look at a Monster energy drink, you'll see it has Hebrew letters on the front. You may not know that. You may think it's just supposed to symbolize a claw, scraping down. But it's not that. Right? A monster is a beast. Right? Straight like that. If you look at a Monster energy drink can and look at a barcode, it symbolizes the same thing, right? That's Revelation chapter 13. And 18. Right? I know people man, talking about energy drink is the marker. No, I'm not saying the energy drink is the mark of the beast, you simple-minded Negroes. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the sign of the Monster drink can, the symbol of it, the 3 lines. Right? That's it. Right? And it's an easy comparison. All you gotta do is look it up in your phone. You got a phone for a reason. It ain't for entertainment, right? I mean, well, solely, right? Just being real. But it's also to learn information edition at your fingertips. Google a Monster can or the symbol on the Monster can and Google barcode and compare what you see. And it looks just like a barcode, right? Which symbolizes what? Merging man with machine, right? The mark is what? It's a chip. It's a seal, right? Technology merged inside a man, right? Pricked inside of a man, karagma, right? Something etched inside of your skin that if you don't take, you won't be able to buy or sell, right? Having to do with what? The economy. Having to do with what? Economics, finances. What's going on with the finances today around the world, right? And because of what's going on with the finances today around the world, what are they speaking on? Central bank and digital currency. You think that's coincidence? No. No, it's not coincidence. It's evolution. Right? And it's always been a part of the plan of evolution. Right? Like I said, look on your money, you think I'm lying, bro. If you got a dollar bill in your pocket, flip it over, look on the back of it. Right? They've been letting us know from the start what time it is. But that's only if you got eyes to see and ears to hear. Only if the Most High been dealing with you from the jump, before the world began. Like we read in the book of Ephesians. Right? If not, then it's gonna sound like oh man, let me see. We go to the book of Isaiah. What is that? Isaiah 58:1. Salak, 1 second. Let me find this. It basically reads like precept upon precept, but it's not in the form of gaining understanding. It's in the form of it being a stumbling block to the people because they can't understand what they read. Right? Matter of fact, I believe it says in the book of Corinthians or Galatians. How can they know except for one? Except they have a teacher or a preacher, one of them. But you have to be taught the word. That's so idiotic. Real life waiting on the train to move. Look, and there's something else that only happens in our parts of the world. Ain't no telling how long that train gonna be stuck right there. Right? And if you're from our world, you fully understand what I'm talking about. Right? Look, even to say that our world and you understand what I'm speaking of, right? Going into John 3:16, where the Most High said, God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, others in the world, right? It said, for God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. That's speaking about Yasharallah, according to the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 17, right? For Israel shall be saved with an everlasting salvation. You shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. Right? But like I said, man, the Most High bringing this place to naught. This place being destroyed before our eyes. And the majority of the Most High people can't get it. They don't want to receive it. But that's between you and the Lord. But for all of my people out there, for all of the Most High's people out there that can hear and they can see. Amen. Keep the faith. Keep the faith, keep on keeping on. Don't pay no attention to what the world talking about. Pay no attention to what your granny talking about, what your granddaddy talking about, what your mama and your auntie talking about. Deal with the spirit of the Lord. Period. That's it. All right? Get into the scriptures and let the spirit move you, bro. That comfort and spirit that's in the word. Right? Because like I said, 9 times out of 10, the individuals that go against the word, they don't study nothing, bro. They steadily getting full doses of entertainment. Niggas don't care nothing about learning that. So why would you let that affect you and you are knowledgeable? Come on, man. That's like you being upset that a kindergartner don't know algebra, right? How can they, right? So I'm gonna end it with that, man. Like I said, pretty cold out here. call Loyam Laya how about Shimmy I was shot by Shimmy Harakakadash for allowing me to be out here this long, you know. So with that I say, how about Shimmy I was shot Ratazah, if you heard this word and you can see this word, you were edified by it. I pray that you were. I pray that you know, everything was correct with the breakdown. If not, please forgive me. I'll go back and study some more, and you know, bring out the proper edification on it. Right? But with that, man, I say call Haloyim La Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Harakakadash Shalom Yasha Allah. Call is all. Haloyim is praises. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Yah meaning He, Hawa meaning is or exists. By Hashem, by Hashem His name. Yahweh Shai is in the world. We call Jesus Christ. Even though the letter J wasn't invented until the 16th century. Yah meaning He, Hawa Shai meaning delivered. By Hashem in the name. Harakakadash. Ha is Darakah spirit. Kadash is holy. Shalom meaning peace. Yasharallah meaning Israel. You so-called black, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans, and all our brethren around the world, all the so-called Negro descent. Shalom, Yasharallah.